to say this in advance, I wanted to quickly cover this topic before I release the Loki video, which I'm currently focusing on. This video exists primarily because of the Argon Scope issue that popped up on the subreddit. Argon Scope is a hard-to-get mod from the Shadow Dead event, and for good reason. I mean, can you imagine putting this on a Dread or Soma Prime? Christ. I have nothing against the system of mods, as I very much enjoy the idea of play the game, earn shit, put shit on your shit to make it strong as shit. My main gripe here is not the idea of mods, it's the bullshit time-limited periods that some of them can be put in. I'm not just referring to the Shadow Dead mods when I say this. I'm referring to any exclusive mod that has ever been released. Let's take Buzzkill for example. Buzzkill is one of the most sought-after mods, and for good reason. Most melee weapons deal slash damage, and dealing more damage is always good, right? Anyways, Buzzkill has only ever dropped twice from events. It was first introduced in Operation Gatecrash back in Update 14.7, to serve as a precursor to the nearby Update 15 that would bring us the disappointment that was Archwing. Operation Gatecrash was active for 7 days, meaning that if you were not online at all during that week-long time period, you had no chance of obtaining Buzzkill unless you got the money to actually buy it off someone, which we all know can cause you to shed massive amounts of tears. The second time that Buzzkill was put into the game was during the Emergency Exit Tactical Alert, which was that one time when we all defended a really tanky Grineer Bailiff from hordes of enemies. However, Buzzkill was not a guaranteed drop after reaching a certain point like it was in Operation Gatecrash. For Emergency Exit, you had a small percentage of getting Buzzkill out of 19 possible rewards, half of which were useless or utter trash, and even then, for one reward you had to complete 25 waves of defense. 25. Let that sink in for a second. This meant that during this tactical alert, you were either the really lucky guy who got the Rift Sigil or Buzzkill after 1 or 2 tries, or you got screwed by getting Detonite ampules or credit bundles as a reward for spending your time defending one guy from 25 waves. See, this is what makes Prime Chamber so different. On the PC version of Warframe, a little over 100 copies of Prime Chamber exist, because Prime Chamber was only given to the top 100 killers of Informers in the Informant event. Yes, Prime Chamber is a powerful mod, but it only applies to snipers, a small category of primary weapon that exists. For those of you who would be willing to sell your soul, your significant other, and your children for a Prime Chamber, you do realize that other stronger weapons exist in the game, that don't need Prime Chamber at all, right? It's silly to obsess over a single mod. Anyways, showing off that you have Prime Chamber sparks one of two reactions, depending on the person. Either respect will be given because of the time they spent killing for the Prime Chamber, or hatred will be generated because of that they have Prime Chamber and I don't. It's not fair bandwagon. Time-limited pieces of gear, not just mods, are never a good idea. If they're more shit than Intruder, there's no point to collecting them unless you're after mastery rank fodder, and they're an overall waste of development time. However, if they're powerful, not only does that inconvenience the player to take time out of their day to make sure they earn it, but it just jacks up the price on the trading economy, further inconveniencing those who did not earn it, and if it's strong enough, it makes previous pieces of gear useless, adding to the ongoing power creep issue and inconveniencing the developers. I only hope that time-limited items in-game won't become the norm, as I can only take so much, especially after Niza. Thank you for watching.